Hi, it's Deborah Fryer, and I am back for video number 2 in Plug Into Your Power. I'm super excited to talk to you today, and I just love that right now when I'm making the video, you can see I've been trying to adjust the lighting, but there is just so much light coming into the room. And that's part of what we're talking about is how do you plug into your power? Today, I want to talk to you about your physiology. Because when you plug into your power, you are going to experience more prosperity, more playfulness, more pleasure. You're going to be more on purpose. You're going to feel more passion. You're going to be more productive. And all of that has everything to do with your physiology. What do I mean by that? Well, we are basically electrical creatures. We are just vibrating all the time, right? We're made of trillions of atoms, and we know from chemistry that atoms vibrate. And they have a particular vibration, they have a particular frequency. And depending on the rate that you vibrate, depending on your frequency, you may feel super energized, super enthusiastic, super exuberant, super joyful, super creative, or you might feel like, oh God, people are going to judge me and I can't do that and I don't know what I'm doing. You might go into overwhelm. You might go into procrastination. You might be racked with self-doubt. Maybe self-sabotage is one of your go-to habits. All of that is dictated by your nervous system. Now, I just want to give you a little neuroanatomy 101, and I've got my trusty brain right here. I never go anywhere without my brain. So, excuse me. So when you're feeling at ease, when you're feeling in joy, when you're feeling creative, when you're feeling compassionate, when you're feeling connected to yourself and to your environment and to your community and to Mother Nature herself, you're spending your time up here in the higher, what we call the higher cortical areas of the brain. Those higher cortical areas are areas where you have access to your creativity, to listening, to speaking, to visualizing, to thinking analytically, to being visionary, seeing the big picture, to being able to take action, higher executive function. All that stuff lives up here in the higher cortical areas of the brain. When you're in fight or flight, you're more in here. You're in the what's called the limbic system and over here in the brain stem. And when you're spending time in those areas, it feels like resistance. It feels like anxiety. It feels like I'm afraid I'm being judged or somebody else is judging me. What if I make a mistake? What if I look stupid? What if I get rejected? It doesn't feel safe for us to be big. It doesn't feel safe for us to claim our authority. And all of that is hardwired right here, the most valuable real estate on earth. It gets hardwired in there because of messages we learned when we were young. Messages that we absorbed just like little sponges from the environment that was around us. So, what was the vibration in your mother when you were in utero? You absorbed that. What was the vibration in your family of origin? How did people talk about money? What did people think about people who had money? What was the conversation around how hard you were going to have to work for that money? All those kinds of things on a subconscious level got wired into your nervous system. And they're still running today if you're struggling in your business. So I want to give you a little more information about how to notice what's going on in the subconscious. Because you are thinking 30, 40, 50,000 times a day subconscious thoughts. And those subconscious thoughts are actually derailing you from what you want. They may be things like, I can't charge that much. I don't have enough experience. I would definitely need another degree before I could go out and sell this. I'm not that good. Nobody would pay me that much. The market is so saturated, why would anybody want to hire me? And stuff like that. You will start unconsciously bringing up messages like this in your own awareness. Now, you're not going to be aware of them because subconscious means it's running under the radar. About 10% of your thoughts you're aware of. That's your brilliant conscious genius mind. And about 90% is subconscious, means it's under the radar. However, just like you can see wind in the trees, you can't actually see the wind, but you can see the result of the wind. Just like you can see, what's another example of something that is invisible that you can see? Well, you can see subconsciously that whatever's showing up in your business, let's say you don't have any clients, that's a result of you not taking the actions that you would need to take in order to get clients. Now dig underneath of that. Why aren't you taking the actions to go and get the clients? Because there's some message that says, well, what if they don't like me? What if I'm charging too much? What if I'm not good enough? Etc. And it's the beliefs that are creating the chemical state in your body of either that's safe for me to proceed or it's unsafe for me to proceed. So the nervous system is wired to protect us. That is what has allowed us to evolve to the brilliant human species that we are today. And the nervous system has three main things it wants to do for you. Number one, it's going to make sure to keep you safe. It's constantly scanning for danger. It's like this giant radar in your body that is looking at all the information that's coming in. And it's judging, is it safe? Is it not safe? For everything from the food you eat, to the way people look at you, to the tone of voice they use, to how they respond to you, you're constantly scanning for danger. And that's a good thing, right? Because that keeps us safe. So the brain's number one function is to scan for danger and see, does it need to protect you? The second thing the brain is doing constantly is it's wanting to conserve energy. The brain is a very big energy hog. It consumes about 70% of the glucose that you take in, ton of oxygen. And even though it only weighs like 3 pounds, so very little body weight compared to the entire structure that you're moving around in on planet Earth right now, the brain really is very much in charge of your energy consumption, which gets into the physiology conversation. How are you managing your energy? If you're in fight or flight, you're feeling scared, you're feeling threatened, you're feeling not safe. So what does the brain do to conserve energy? It says to you, don't do anything, don't take action. And there are three ways that we get into that fight or flight. One is fight. So what that will show up for you, if that's your habitual go-to, and if you have the fight part of fight or flight, is you will get aggressive. You will get confrontational. You will blame other people. You'll resent other people. You'll be pushy, and then you'll feel bad about it. And you will just have this energy of like, ugh, right? Like, I'm going to force my way into it. I'm going to figure it out. And you resist help. You think, I'm going to do it all on my own. Nobody's going to help me, right? You've just got this very, like, I'm going to force my way. I'm going to figure it out and get out of my way attitude about it. And that is energetically very costly to you. It's probably costing you financially. It's certainly costing you emotionally, because that attitude creates some self-isolation and it creates a lot of self-sabotage. And it's exhausting, because we need team to run our businesses. When we're visionary, when we're putting a lot of content out there, when we're serving a lot of people, we need and we want support, and it feels great to have support. But when we're in that fight part of fight or flight, it's very hard to receive support, because it feels like it's me against everything, and it feels like everything is against me. The second way we get into it is fight or flight. So whereas the fight personality will want to just like be like, I'm gonna get you, the flight personality is just like, I'm out of here. I'm not even going to engage. I'm just splitting, right? So you leave the situation. You don't confront it. You don't speak up. You don't ask for what you want. You never get your needs met, because you just leave, right? You're not even taking a stand for yourself. You just split. A lot of spiritual people have this. I know this was one that I had. And I had to work really hard to stay grounded and to stay present and to be here and to learn to speak up and be confident and understand that I deserve to want what I want, to have what I have, and to be who I am. I didn't feel safe with that, so I just split. The third way that it shows up is fight, flight, or freeze. Now, the freeze habit looks like the ceiling fan that just, of your mind, right? It just won't stop. And you're just like, and that ceiling fan of the mind is stuck. And it's like, oh my God, I am overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. Or it's like, well, I'll do this when, right? And that shows up as procrastination. It shows up as making super elaborate excuses that you feel are true, but actually they're just super ornate, beautiful, elaborate excuses that you have spun to keep you right where you are, right? It's kind of freeze. You don't take action because you're afraid that if you do, you're going to do it wrong, or people are going to judge you, or people aren't going to like it, or people are going to reject you, or something that underneath of you taking action is triggering for you. It makes you feel scared. It makes you feel unsafe. It makes you feel like you're going to get kicked out of your tribe. That's really what's going on the deepest physiological level. And that's why it's so important for you to begin to learn to manage your physiology so that you have energy, so that you can really just plug into source. I love how it looks like I have a lightning bolt through my head right now. You can just plug into source and you can create what you want with joy, with confidence, with playfulness, because it's your creation and you can't do you wrong. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got your energy up a little bit by watching this. And I would love for you to just hit reply to this video or send me a message. You can email me. You can private message me. I would just love to know how this resonates for you. And if there's a way that you're struggling to get more energy through you so that you can create what you want. Are you in control of your physiology, or is your physiology controlling you? That's what I want to share in today's video for Plug Into Your Power. And tomorrow I'm going to be here. Actually, it's not tomorrow, but there's going to be a third video in this series, so stay tuned for that because I'm going to be talking about play. Have an awesome day. Plug into your power and be brilliant. I'll see you in the next video. I'm Deborah Fryer. Have a great day.